Have you ever heard people say people pleasers are just insecure? They don't have boundaries. They're manipulative. They're fake. But what if none of them are true? What if people pleasing isn't a personality flaw, but a survival response wired deep into your nervous system? Today, we're unpacking 10 of the biggest myths about people pleasing and revealing the real reasons why this pattern forms and what it's actually protecting you from, so you can understand yourself or someone you love with more compassion, clarity, and choice. I'm Callie Sorensen. I have a master's in psychology, and I've helped hundreds of people stop abandoning themselves just to keep others comfortable. So let's get into it. Myth number 1, people pleasers are just really nice. The truth is, it's not about niceness. It's about protection. People pleasing is a nervous system strategy rooted in fear. It's not a personality trait. It forms when being fully yourself once led to rejection, punishment, or abandonment. So you soften, you shape-shift, or soothe, not to be liked, but to feel safe. They please others in hopes that they won't lose the relationships and connections in their life. The reality is, it's fear in the costume of kindness. Myth number 2, people pleasers don't have boundaries. The truth is, they do have boundaries. They're just terrified of enforcing them. Many people pleasers often do know their limits and do know their feelings. They just don't believe it's safe to hold them or express them. Their no was once met with withdrawal, guilt, punishment, or shame. So now, even just thinking about setting a boundary can feel so dangerous. The reality is, it's not a lack of clarity or boundaries, it's the fear of the consequences. Myth number 3, people pleasers are just insecure and need validation. But the truth is, many are deeply attuned and their empathy is a gift, not a flaw. People pleasers are often emotionally intelligent, empathetic, and highly sensitive to the emotions of others. It's not insecurity, it's relational attunement gone unchecked. Their nervous system has been wired to prioritize harmony, connection, and emotional safety above all else. Over time, they've been trained to scan for other people's moods and needs over their own, often to keep the peace, avoid conflict, or preserve the bond. So the reality is, it's over-attunement, not low self-worth. Myth number 4, people pleasers are being manipulative or controlling. But the truth is, this is survival, not a power play. What looks like manipulation is often an unconscious survival strategy. Many people pleasers aren't trying to control others, they're trying to prevent rejection, rupture, or conflict in any way that they can. Their nervous system learned that keeping others happy was the safest route. Oftentimes, these behaviors are just automatic, innocent, and fear-driven. They aren't calculated or deceptive. So the reality is, it's protection, not manipulation. Myth number 5, people pleasers don't know what they want. In truth, many do know what they want. They've just learned to silence it. People pleasers often carry clear desires, preferences, and dreams deep inside, but over time they've learned that those desires were unsafe. Maybe their needs were mocked or dismissed, ignored, or treated as too much. Maybe expressing desire led to disappointment, rejection, or being shamed for being selfish. So they then internalize the message, if I express my needs and desires, I'm going to lose love. To avoid that pain, their system buried those wants and desires. It protected them with preemptive self-sacrifice, staying agreeable, accommodating, or low maintenance. So the reality is, it's not a lack of desire. It's the safety to voice it that's missing. Myth number 6, they just need to speak up more. But the truth is, speaking up can feel life-threatening. Many people pleasers do have thoughts, preferences, and boundaries like we talked about, but when they try to express them, they try to speak, their nervous system interprets it as danger, not empowerment. Why? Because somewhere in their past, speaking up led to disconnection. Maybe it triggered punishment, shame, gaslighting, or even emotional abandonment. So now, when the words are just at the tip of their tongue and they want to speak up, their body can shut down, their mind can draw a blank, their heart might race. It's not a communication skills issue, it's a protective reflex. So the reality is, their silence isn't weakness, it's a learned survival response. Myth number 7, people pleasers like being helpful. And the truth is, sometimes they do, but oftentimes they feel like they have no other choice. people pleasers may genuinely care about others and can enjoy offering support, but their help often comes with an invisible cost: pressure, exhaustion, and fear. Their giving isn't always a free act of kindness. It's driven by internalized messages like, if I don't help, I'm a bad person. If I say no, they're going to be upset or leave me. If I stop fixing everything, I'm going to lose my place in their life. Their nervous system equates usefulness with worth and care with safety. So even when they're depleted and burnt out, saying yes feels like survival. So the reality is, what looks like generosity is often guilt in disguise, and helping becomes a compulsion, not a choice. Myth number 8, people pleasers are always happy and easygoing. But the truth is that lightness is often emotional labor in disguise. Many times people pleasers may appear cheerful, agreeable, or calm, but that's often a carefully practiced mask designed to keep them safe. Beneath the surface, there's often simmering resentment from unspoken needs, anxiety about being too much or upsetting someone, exhaustion from constantly managing other people's emotions. They've learned that being easygoing is rewarded, while being honest, upset, or emotional is punished, ignored, or seen as dramatic. So they downplay, shrink, and smile even when they're feeling overwhelmed inside. So the reality is, the chill exterior is often a nervous system on high alert. What looks like calm is often the cost of silence. Myth number 9, people pleasers are fake or inauthentic. But the truth is, they're not faking. They're adapting to survive, mirroring others, agreeing to keep the peace, softening their truth. These aren't signs of deception. They're nervous system reflexes shaped by early experiences where honesty felt unsafe, boundaries led to backlash, and authenticity risked loss. Over time, people pleasers learn to shapeshift, not because they're manipulative, but because they had to at one time. To stay connected, they muted their voice. To stay safe, they became who others wanted them to be. Their authenticity was never missing. It was hidden under years of adaptive self-protection. So the reality is, it's not dishonesty. It's self-protection in disguise. Myth number 10, people pleasers just need to grow a backbone. Where the truth is, they don't need toughness. They need to feel safe enough to be themselves. People-pleasing isn't a personality flaw or a lack of courage. It's a deeply conditioned survival response, wired into the nervous system from past experiences where honesty, needs, or boundaries led to rejection, punishment, or emotional withdrawal. Many people-pleasers want to speak up. They wish they could say no, but their body again interprets those moments as threat. What they need isn't willpower. It's nervous system repair, emotional safety, boundary practice, and a mindset rooted in self-trust and self-permission, such as, my needs and limits are valid. It's safe to be honest, even if it disappoints somebody. Saying no doesn't make me bad, it makes me real. The reality is, it's not about being harder or tougher, it's about being safer in your own skin. So if any of these myths have been used to define you or somebody that you know, or if you've internalized them yourself, I hope this helps you see that people-pleasing isn't about being weak, fake, manipulative, or broken. It's a survival response. It's your nervous system doing what it had to do when connection once felt conditional or dangerous. And while those patterns may have protected you in the past, you don't have to stay in them forever. You can begin to feel safe enough to take up space, to speak your truth, to honor your feelings and needs without guilt, to stop abandoning yourself just to keep other people comfortable. So if this opens something inside of you, there's more. I have free resources linked below that go deeper into nervous system repair, boundary work, and the real path out of people-pleasing. I also work one-on-one with individuals and couples, so if you're ready for personalized support, you can schedule a free consultation through the link below. And if you want more content like this, hit subscribe or leave a comment. I'd love to hear your story. Just know you are not too much. You're not too sensitive. Your system has simply gone too long without the safety and protection it needed. And now you get to come back home to yourself, to live a life that feels authentic, fulfilling, and deeply connected with yourself and others.